Okay. I just want to make sure we have recording capabilities and everything. Okay.
So any questions that I can answer?
Okay, any questions from the board? Mr. Hayes?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Vanderbilt?
Nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Fogian?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, and I have no questions. Thank you, Mr. Vanderbilt. Okay, so, do I hear a motion to award the superintendent's performance-based pay for completion of the 2015-2016 superintendent's goals in the amount of $5,000 of the $8,000 that he could have possibly earned?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays? No? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 9, propose and prioritize topics and possible dates and times for future board meetings. Okay, and we had one previous topic from Mr. Vanderbilt, and we wrote that down about the substitute issue. Mr. Verdugo? Okay. Any further issues, Mr. Vanderbilt?
Now, just maybe if I expand on that
Sure, certainly
briefly,
now's the
I
time.
just think it's too critical an issue not to keep forefront. And particularly in this case, at San Cayetano and the second graders, and also in the same conversation that there are 4 special ed teachers that are long-term subs, according to this list. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hayes?
One item, which would be an update on what's going to be happening with the AP German program.
Thank you. Mrs. Fogian?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. I have one topic. I'd like to know if we're going to have an update or a presentation on Mr. McPherson's CTE award. Okay, I saw it all over Facebook, but I forgot to ask about it.
And that was the one that we recognized here.
Oh, so it was just a continuation of that. Okay, good.
Wasn't a new one.
Wasn't a new one. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, item number 6. Consent agenda. Any matter on the consent agenda will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed as a regular agenda item or items upon the request of any board member. Does any board member have any item or items they wish to remove and to be discussed or approved separately? Mr. Hayes?
Yes, Madam President. I've had some members of the public approach me regarding item number 8.
Okay, so do you want to pull it out, all of it, or just separate? Separate items, just all of it?
Just separate items regarding the substitutes is all.
So the section, item number 8, approval of the following personal action request items where it says certified substitutes.
Yes, I believe it's a certified. Let me
It's
double check that.
certified new hires.
Oh, certified new hires,
Yes.
all right, so the section that says certified new hires. All right, so we will take that item out, thank you. Mr. Vanderbilt, is there anything you wish to pull out?
No, ma'am?
All right. Ms. Fogian, anything you would like to pull out?
No, thank you.
Okay, and I have nothing. So, with the exception of item number 8, certified new hires, do I hear a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we have item number 8, approval of the following personal action requests, certified new hires, which include Lucia Bigelow, Hope Brown, Jamil De La Cruz, Wanda Glenn, Ernest M. Gutierrez, Heather Huerta, Julia Jacobs, Thomas Maddock, Amanda Macon, Andrea Meir, M. Quinn O'Donnell, Irma Oliveros, Luz Oros, Shiva Rainey Pasculo, Jose Peraza, Ramona Sosa, Mark Studerheim, and Sylvia Valenzuela. Mr. Hayes.
Yes, Madam President, thank you. I've been approached by a couple of different members of the public regarding how we're hiring long-term substitutes and making sure that they have the proper certifications. And that was, I received enough input from enough different individuals to feel that it should be something we at least discuss to a degree on this, because there was some questioning whether some people had the actual requirements for the state of Arizona, which is a bachelor's degree,
Okay,
to
so,
receive their certification.
so if I'm understanding, you have questions on the certifications of some of these certified new hires.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Verdura.
Yeah, so what we do with long-term substitutes, there are two different types of long-term substitutes. There are those that have a bachelor's degree that do not have a teaching certificate, which is what we just talked about, the process of moving those over to an emergency certificate. And there are those that have an emergency certificate, an emergency substitute certificate that do not have bachelor's degrees, but do have enough credit hours to be classified as an emergency substitute. And then from there, the principals obviously have the leeway to hire who they feel is best for their school site. And so our job is to try to, one, make sure that they're properly certified, which we don't put them in the classroom unless they have their fingerprint card and meet the classification requirements. And then also, we still, if they're a long-term substitute, they must attend our staff development on Release Wednesdays, and then there's a sign-in sheet for all of that, so they're required to meet the requirements of every teacher on that campus. But with that said, we are continually looking for people to fill those positions. So if a person is one of those emergency substitutes, and for instance, one of those individuals that was hired for PE, if we get a PE person that comes in, then we will hire that PE person, and that person will then be moved back into the substitute pool or go into any other classified position or thing that they may be qualified for. So it is, again, part of our dilemma is making sure that we have the right person in there, whether they are degree, non-degree, making sure that we do what's best for our kids, and I trust our principals to make those decisions. And there is no, what we call it, I know some people, the good old boys club, because that's something that we are moving definitely away from. For every position, we have an interview, and we do not have anything predetermined. For instance, even with Ms. Andrea, she went through the process for the principal position, went through the interview process, and we had different people on that committee to make sure that it wasn't skewed one way or the other, so that the best qualified individual receives that job or that opportunity. We will continue to do that. Like I said, we're continually looking for teachers. We do not stop. Because we have positions. And I mentioned to the board, one of the things that we're trying to do that may be innovative is we know that people are in certain areas that may be moving here in a year because they get out of their contract now. We're working with HR to offer them a contract now and get them a year in advance and try to do something creative that way. And even looking at the college graduates and say, well, you're finishing up, we'll hire you, we'll give you a contract now or a letter of intent with the idea that you graduate, we'll hire you. Because, again, there's a teacher shortage, and we're trying to fill with the best person possible for our students. Because that's, as Mr. Van said, it's something that we can't afford to not have the best person in there. And so we try to do the best we can with training. Curriculum office, will be training the substitutes. We try to do as much as we can to make sure that they're successful and held to the same standard as any other teacher, to be honest. Because the other item with that is, as a long-term substitute, if they're not meeting the standard, we can remove them quickly, unlike a certified teacher. Because a certified teacher, there's a little long process to go through that you have to meet for inadequate performance in the classroom. Rarely does a teacher get removed for inadequate performance in the classroom. It's more for anything that they break as far as the professional conduct. So with a long-term substitute, if they're not meeting the performance, we can remove them quickly. So I hope that answers any questions that you may have.
I think it does. Thank you, Mr. Revere. Thank you, Madam President.
Any questions, Mr. Randall?
No, thank you for the information.
Thank you. Mrs. Hogan?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. I think your concern is well brought up, Mr. Hayes. I do happen to know, though, that one of our fellow districts surrounding us, they do have 32 openings. Out of those 32 openings, I do know that there are, I think, 4 special needs positions. They have not been filled, not even with long-term subs. So I think we're doing a pretty good job of filling ours. And some of these people, as you have mentioned in the past, they are working towards their special ed certificate. I also know that several surrounding districts do not offer more than half a day of intro teacher training. And we offer how many days?
The whole day.
It's
A full day. Plus they have mentors, plus they're expected to go to all of these trainings, early Wednesdays and so on. Plus we have excellent principals who also take them under their wings. So I feel even though we do have long-term subs, they are getting way more professional development and quality personal development. And I know this. This is like, we care about these people, and we're going to take them under our wings, right, Mr. Jackson, Ms. Renteria? And we're going to show them that this is the best place for them to be, because we're going to help them. I mean, when you compare all of these things that we have under the direction of Mr. Schaller, wow, who would want to stay here? Seriously. You know, I mean, I can tell you that some people who have moved from our district to other districts, they walk into the classroom and they look around and they're saying, where's the smart book? We have none. Where's the textbooks, the quality textbooks I had in Rico? You're using a textbook from 2003. I kid you not. And then they're looking, why did I leave? Oh, why did you? You know, sometimes the lure of a high paying is not always what it amounts to be. So I think we are doing a really good job, and I would foresee these people coming back. Truly, I do. And they did. So, you know, I think we're on the right track. We just have to, you know, keep moving in that good direction that I know our team is going. And I, again, thank all of you for your hard work. I see lots of our teachers. I have been. I've seen them in their classrooms already. And you've seen them. I've seen you guys in your classrooms working and getting things ready. And that's what we do as educators. It's in our hearts to do that. You know, it's not about, oh my goodness, I'm just going to show up on day one. I show up there 2-3 weeks, and you guys know that. You've seen it. We all say teaching is a calling, and it really is. You know that. So anyway, that's my little soapbox for today. Mr. Hayes, do you want to make the motion?
Yes, ma'am. I move that we approve the certified new hires as listed within the agenda of Lucy Bigelow, Hope Brown, Jamel de la Cruz, Wanda Glenn, Ernest Gutierrez, Heather Huerta, Julia Jacobs, Thomas Maddock, Amanda Macon, Rhonda Mier, M. Quinn O'Donnell, Amira Olivares, I know I'm going to butcher some of these, Liz Oros, Shiva Rani Paspula, Jose Peraza, Ramona Souza, Mark Stutterheim, and Sylvia Valenzuela.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Let's move on to item number 7, governing board meeting evaluation. Mr. Hayes, would you like to give an evaluation for tonight's meeting?
I thought it was an enlightening and educational meeting, if somewhat disconcerting.
Thank you. Ms. Fobian?
It isn't always pretty. It's education.
Thank you. Let's move on to item number 8. Having no further board business, this meeting is adjourned at 6:14 p.m. Thank you.